everyone, so today's video is going to be a get ready with me on the look that you can see right now. So recently I did a Colourpop haul and I said that I would do a get ready with me kind of featuring some of the products that I hauled in that video. So this is going to be that. So if you'd like to see how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm starting off with my NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I have this in the shade Light 3 Gobi, and I haven't had this for very long, but I am really loving it. Now for today's video, I decided to not kind of skip through some of the steps, not speed them up or cut them out. I thought that I would just kind of leave it in as it is, so that you guys can kind of see how long it takes to blend things. If you are a beginner, hopefully this will be helpful for you. And the foundation brush that you can see me using today is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I love this brush a lot because you can use it for so many different things. Foundation is just one of the things that I use this for all the time. Now moving on to concealer, today I am using the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. This is almost empty and I've been trying to use it up and I've been using it all year, but it's just holding on for dear life. So anyway, I'm just using the same brush that I used for my foundation to blend this in, just because using your foundation brush helps the concealer to blend in really seamlessly. And as you can see, I'm just using little patting motions to blend it in. So then for powder, I'm using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and I'm using the lightest shade right in the middle. First I'm just using this under my eyes just to set the concealer, and then I'm going to use it all over the rest of my face as well. And for this I'm using a Natio powder brush, and this came in a set. I'm not sure if you can buy it separately, but any big fluffy powder brush will do for this. Next I'm taking the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base and I'm just putting this on my finger rather than straight onto my eyelids, because last time when I used it I put it straight onto my eyelids and I ended up with way too much product, so I just kind of put it onto one finger and then put my fingers together so that I had half on each finger and just kind of used half of a dab for each eye, and it worked a lot better this way, and my eyeshadow did not crease at all the day that I wore this makeup, by the way. For my brows, I'm using this Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Dope Taupe. So this is the first Colourpop product that I'm using for this video. And I'm just brushing it out with a little spoolie on the end first, and then I'm just going to fill it out with the other end. I find this is maybe very slightly too light for my brows. You can't really tell, but I can see it from really close up in the mirror. But it's okay, I can work with it. Just be careful if you do get this pencil, it doesn't wind back down, so don't wind it up too far. Don't like wind it up to see how much you've got left, because it won't go back down again and you won't be able to put the lid on. In, I just run the spoolie through them one more time just to make sure the product is dispersed evenly, and then I'm going to be moving on to the next Colourpop product, and this is the eyeshadow in the Hanky Panky. This is a matte shade and it's just a perfect transition colour for my skin tone. So I'm just taking this on my finger because that's apparently the best way to apply Colourpop shadows, and I'm just popping this in the crease to start with. Kind of blending it downwards onto my lid, just so that hopefully the next colour that I put on is going to blend in seamlessly with this one. So the next colour that I'm using for my lid is from Essence. This is in the shade number 20, Rosy Happiness, and I'm just using an eyeshadow brush. You can use any old eyeshadow brush for this, and just packing it all over my lid and just kind of keep going until you have the pigmentation that you want. I was going for a really soft look today, So I'm not putting on too much. This is a really good shadow to just get a really subtle look anyway. It's not hugely pigmented, so you can go for a really kind of soft and lovely daytime look. So after that, you just want to take a blending brush and blend the two shadows together just to make sure there are no harsh lines. You can't see where one stops and the other begins. The brush that I'm using today is from XO Beauty. This is a flat top eyeshadow brush and it's really amazing for blending eyeshadows. For mascara, I'm just using this Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This is just a really good option if you're on a budget. This is probably one of the cheapest mascaras that you can get from the drugstore. I think it was $10 when I bought it. That may have been on special, but Maybelline does have specials on all the time. So if you are on a budget, just wait for the special and get something like this that is really cheap. To my face. So firstly, to contour, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. This is just a really good shade to contour with if you have light skin like I do. So I'm taking this on an XO Beauty bronzer brush. This is the best brush that I have found to bronze and contour with. It just makes it so easy. So what I do firstly is I draw a line from the top of my ear, kind of halfway down towards where my mouth starts, and then I kind of wiggle it up and down to make sure that the product is going up rather than down. And then I go around in circles to make sure that it's blended in. And then I'm also putting some on my kind of temples and forehead. I just blend it towards my hairline so that there's no harsh lines. And that is how I do my contour. And then for blush, I'm pulling out another Colourpop product. This is the one in the shade Never Been Kissed, and this is another matte colour. It's got quite a bit of pink in it, and I just really love this colour. I'm taking this on a Natio blush brush. Apparently these blushes apply best with your fingers, but I just don't really like applying blushes with my fingers if I can do it with a brush. I find that they apply fine with a brush like this, just a normal blush brush. I have also tried it with a stippling brush and it didn't work as well, so that's just a little tip for you. Just try like a normal blush brush for the Colourpop shadows. Not shadows, blushes, sorry. And then for highlighter, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Lightscapade, and I'm just using an XO Beauty fan brush to apply this to my cheekbones, my forehead, my chin, basically just down the center of my face. And then I'm also using a XO Beauty tapered eye brush to put this in my inner corners and also on my brow bone. For the star of the show, I'm using this Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip. This one is in the shade Bumble. I did have a request to use this shade in my Get Ready With Me. So I'm just popping this on my lip. Be careful when you apply these, they do dry quite quickly. It looks like I'm being really slow here. If I was any slower, it would have dried and I would not have been able to get it on properly. So you do have to apply it pretty quick once you start. You can actually apply a lip liner before you put the lipstick on to make the application a little bit easier if you'd like to, but I didn't do that today. Anyway, now I am just brushing out my hair, and then I'm going to show you the shirt that I've chosen for this look. This one is from Dottie, and it's Dottie, haha. And this is what it looks like on, and I just paired this with a black and white stripy skirt. This one is from Glassons. And then for my perfume, I'm using this L'Occitane. This is the Orchid and Neroli, I think, perfume. And I'm just going to put this on my wrist and then just kind of rub my wrists together so that it smells nice on both arms. And that is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching. I had a lot of fun filming this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!